What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for my second ever GSPro round here on the channel. Ironically, second video, second day of owning GSPro. But for today's video, second round of today, played Georgia Golf Club, aka the home of the Masters, on the first one. Thought that was a fitting start. This one we're continuing on with the PGA Tour Series. So this course that you're seeing is called within GSPro DPC Louisiana, as opposed to TPC, but this is in Avondale, Louisiana, home of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, going on from April 25th to April 28th. So I'm going to give this a go, playing from the furthest back tees, which are the yellows here, oddly enough. And for the previous video I did Sunday pins. This one I changed it to Thursday pins, so should be a little bit easier pin placement. Definitely feeling some fatigue. Like I mentioned, second day of owning GSPro. I came out yesterday, hit a ton of balls on the range first to figure out my distances. Ended up playing 54 holes to figure out all of my screen recording and everything. And now 18 holes in today, plus my warm-up video that you guys saw first. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be probably a little bit all over the place, or a lot, but we'll see what we can put up here at another cool course. I'm going to try to remember to do a flyover for every single video while I'm grabbing my clubs and stuff, or for every single hole. Flyover for every single hole. I think it adds a cool element. You guys have something to look at while I'm grabbing clubs or grabbing a drink or something, or checking the camera. So we'll see what happens. First one was definitely on the longer side, trying to figure out GSPro here. We're kind of learning on the fly, so I'm going to try to keep this one under an hour and get this going. But real quick for the rundown, everything's linked down below. Garmin Approach R10 behind me on the DIY level stand. Go check out those links in the description. The Amazon affiliate links, I'd appreciate it. Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Superfast balls, DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, and now, for the second time, GSPro, powered by my gaming laptop over here. So let's hit this first hole, which is a par 4, 399. First hole flyover, see what we're working with. Looks like a pretty straightforward hole. Got a bunker, large fairway bunker on the left. Probably going to aim out that way. Then experimenting with more of a fade again. Got the heavier weight in the driver. Still too early to tell, but we'll just leave it there. It looks like we're kind of aimed up the left anyway, so let's see what we can do. I have written down on a piece of paper all the different type of reductions or everything, but a lot more to analyze, look at, figure out before these shots. But I have all the different type of power reductions that I get here with GSPro. Let's see if I can figure out my way around this course. Alright, should be kind of a lower draw. Stay out of that. Not terrible. Definitely feel it in the lower back. Like I've mentioned in the couple videos so far, I have to go up to 5,200 feet on the altitude to get my longer clubs back in the ballpark of what they would be from what I've played on other higher end simulators and in real life on course. And because of that, I think that the club speed and the ball speeds are a good amount lower than what they would be on a higher end unit and what they actually are. But I could tell that one was definitely slower. So whether that was actually 94.6, I don't think it was on the club speed. It's probably closer to 100, I would guess, but still on the slower side. But we got 236 of carry, 250 total, 149 left. We're in the rough, which will be about 6%. So 14, we need about 7-8 yards extra. What do we have up here? Pins right in the middle, which is good. So 155-ish. I'm gonna go 9-iron. Having a tough time figuring out where I need to land a lot of these shots. You get a lot more rollout, a lot more realistic rolls when it lands and kicks and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go 9-iron. We'll see what happens. Usually hit this to about 150, 155. Decent strike, should be right in that ballpark of about 150, 155, depending on the bounce. Not bad. 146 it had, but again, that was 6% of the rough. I think in the video that you guys are seeing is cutting it off on the left side. It shows the last shot percentage. The speed, it says, was 94%, so 6% like I had written down. Spin was 77%, so out of the rough it spins less, a lot more dynamic type of shots that you get out of these different type of lies. But second hole. I didn't catch the first part of that flyover, but it looks pretty straight again. Par 5 seems like a longer flyover. Check here in a second. Yep, par 5, 542 yards. I'm used to playing, it looks like we're aimed up the left again, so that should be fine. I'm used to playing the furthest back tees on home tee hero to give myself an extra challenge, but I may be biting off more than I can chew here with GSPro. I may have to start moving up the tee boxes a little bit. Again, simulator golf, definitely easier than real life, but these are some long holes. A little bit better, kind of high on the face, a little bit heely. It's going to be kind of just a higher flighted straight shot, I think. All right, we're in play. 280 left. What do we have up there? Same as 250 right there. That should be fine. Gonna go 4 hybrid. Usually play this to about 240, 245 total. Occasionally 250, 255. Those are on absolutely flush shots, which are few and far between. And that's a good example of not one of those. That is very chunky and right. That's probably only about 200, not even. 189. Could have hit my 7-iron if I hit it good that far. Terrible strike. But we got to look at it. Third shot into this par 5, 91. I'm assuming this pin's not in the easiest position. Kind of a small green, but Thursday pin should be easier. So we got 91 total, up 2 feet. Gonna go approach wedge. Try to hit it about 80, 85. Let it roll out a little bit. This GSPro software is going to make me really focus on and dial in how far I can carry some of these clubs versus the total distance. Going from bad to worse. Thin to win or thin to lose. Stay on the green. Alright, generous par. That was 2 horrendous shots in a row. Even through 2. Third hole, par 3, 220 I believe it said. I'm thinking 4-iron. Haven't been hitting this very good lately, and today specifically. We got 220 total, and we got water. Ah, these stupid mayflies flying into my ears, flying into my eyes. Alright, pin is tucked to the left. We gotta aim. This club fades anyways. Generally, the longer clubs, I have a tougher time. I can square up the driver for whatever reason a little better, but longer irons in my hybrids generally fade. So we're aimed up that left. Let's see if I can put some decent club on this ball. I'd be happy with 215-ish. That's a low duck hook left. And Garmin had that as kind of a higher fade. That's a misread. That was low and left. But you gotta take what you get with the R10, I guess. 26 total. 0.8 right, so if you guys see down here, this is the lie we have, so we're on a little bit of an upslope, going to come out a little bit higher. It's going to come out 0.8 degrees to the right. Not that I'm trying to hold this, but just going to aim a little bit left. 26. Going to try to gonna hit a 60, try to hit this 20 and let it roll out. Pulled it a little bit left. Should be pretty close though. Take that. Aimed left and I pulled it left, but take the par. Fourth hole, par 4. I think I'm going to stick with the flyovers. Again, it's only my second video doing it, but while you guys are watching the flyover, like I said in the first video, it gives me time to just grab my driver. We're already halfway through the flyover. At least you guys have something to look at while I'm getting set up for the next shot, the next hole. I think it's a cool feature. I'm going to try to use as many of these features as I can with GSPro. I'm sure there's about 10 other things that I don't even know about right now, but 490, 280 is right there. So we're gonna, where's this aimed? We got water all along the right. 300 right there. That's not gonna happen, but we're gonna go even further left. Try to keep this dry. It has like there's a bag mapping feature for the suggested shots. I gotta do that at some point. Maybe once we get into the middle of the season when I'm hitting it better and get shorts and a t-shirt on out here. That was off the toe and headed right. That might be wet. Ooh, luckily we aimed far enough left. Well, the R10 picked up on the general shot shape. Realistically, that probably would have been further right and possibly in the water, but still have hopes that somehow Garmin will release some kind of an update to increase side spin, but definitely more so side spin here with the GSPro software than Home Hero. All right, 233 left. I'm just gonna go, if I hit it really good, it's gonna be too much club, but I'm feeling fatigued. Lower back's getting sore. Going 4 hybrid. That was hit hard, but it was pulled left. Looks like it's fading back for us though, which it usually does. We will take that every day of the week. Halfway decent contact on that. All right, 1 under. I don't know about that, but grab a drink quick. Double check. Camera looks like we're still rolling. Beautiful day out here. Yesterday was really nice. Today's really nice. Tomorrow's gonna be like 10 degrees colder, but 3 really nice days in a row. You guys are getting a little bit of a different shot, but you can probably see more of the trees up there. Still springtime, none of the leaves are back, but clear blue sky back there. All right, where are we aimed? Dogleg left. We're aimed right there. I would preferably like to be there. We do have some trees that way, but we can start it close to that line and have it fade back. I think allergies are kicking in too. That was hit decent, but it was kind of low and started more left than I would want. That may have started left and staying left than it is. Right off the tree. Yeah, we're gonna have to punch out. That was at least better contact. That was close to the middle of the club face. I think thanks to the heavier weight in the back of the driver. Probably gonna make it to where I can't swing it quite as quick, but should be more stable, I would think. What do we get out of that? 239 off the tree. All right, so we've got 1.8 degrees left. We're in pine straw. We had pine straw last time. at Augusta with Georgia Golf Club. I don't have written down what pine straw comes out as, so I'm going to look at what the percentage is after this, but because we have a left lie, we're going to have to aim a little bit right. Plus we got trees. What do we have over here? 199. So I'm going to go 5 iron. See what happens. If we were in the fairway, it'd be closer to a 6 iron number, but I got to kind of hit. I mean, we got kind of an opening. I don't know. I'm just going to try to put a smoothish swing on a 5. Hit decent. A little bit chunky. It's probably going to be short right, and it is. What did that come out as? 94. Alright, so pine straw is the same as the rough. So 6% reduction. Gotta take a mental note of that. As for this, we are in a greenside bunker, which is going to play 25%. So we got 26 total. I'm going to want to land at about 20, and it's going to need an extra, what, 4 yards? So I got to land at 25, if I can even do that. Going 56 degree. We'll see what happens. Just looking for anywhere between 25 and 30 out of this. Push it a little bit right, sit. And I caught that heavy, which is probably good. These greens are so quick. I think I have it on 10 stimp again. We'll see. Maybe for the next month or so, maybe I'll lower them to where they're lower. I don't know. 10 isn't definitely the highest you can go. I don't know what the range is, but maybe to get a better feel to start, kind of get a little bit of a mix in between this and Home Tee Hero. Maybe lower the stimps a little bit. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm open to any suggestions, best practices, what you think I should do, course suggestions, or requests, I should say. Alright. Still 1 under, 6th hole, or yeah, 6th hole par 4. Where are we aimed? Ooh, we got water up there on the left. Alright, we're going to keep it there. Hopefully I can keep this relatively straight. I wonder if, once I start playing more and hitting more drives, if it does a similar thing to Home Tee Hero where it takes your average, or if it just goes off the bag mapping, but 300 is definitely not my average. Lower launch, came out a little bit left. We got it over though. The extra weight in the driver does seem to help a little bit with the feel, stability. 23 grams in that back weight as opposed to 15 grams the way it came. Alright. 201 left. Those bunkers are calling my name. I'm gonna go 6 iron. Usually 200, 205 club total. Right now, the way my back's feeling, probably 195-ish, but we'll see. Oh, that was started left, but that was hit decent. That should fade back. That could be 205-ish. Look at that. Right off the flag stick. That's a good shot. That's a good swing too. I'll take that all day long. That was hit. Hit good, hit clean. That works. Still 1 under. We're piecing together a halfway decent round right now. Alright, this has got to be a par 5, dogleg right. Let me know if any of you people that are watching, wow, this is a long hole. Multiple dog legs. Wonder if there's a way you can like speed up the flyover to make it a little bit quicker. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that or not, or if it's just a standard speed. But 7th hole par 5, 553 yards. Where are we aimed? I gotta lower that somehow. 300, but if I only hit this 250, 260, there could be trouble back there that we're just overseeing because it's set to 300. I think I can just input the distances too. Not hit great. Higher on the face, it's gonna fade. It'll be fine. You guys will probably have a better look at some of these slopes. I'm not taking into account a ton of the slope. It's in the top left above the video for these shots. 257. Right now, that's probably pretty close. I probably average about 250, 260 total after the rollout. If I hit it good, sometimes 270, 280. Hit it bad, 230, 240, but definitely in the ballpark. 291 left. So we got nothing in the bag that's gonna get there. We're gonna aim right there, and I'm gonna hit 4 hybrid. Hopefully we clear those trees. This has a 90% chance of fading back, so anything 230 plus would be good. And I hit it pretty good. Just a fraction heavy, but that should be pretty good. And like what I said, 233 total. Take that. Good strike. The old trusty 4 hybrid. All right, 60 total. Front left, or kind of middle. I don't know. Middle-ish left. Definitely left pin location. 60 total. So I gotta hit this about 50, 55. Going approach wedge. And then hoping for about 5 to 10 yards of rollout. Chunked it a little bit, but oh, we got it close, but I think it's gonna make us chip that. All right. Going 60, just gotta get this on the green. We got 9 total, so I gotta try my best to land it right in here, just short of the net, or at the very bottom of the net. Came out a little bit left, but should be decent. Take that. Actually pretty impressive that the R10 can read that small of a shot. I mean, what did yeah, it was so low it didn't even get the club speed. I was gonna say, I mean, the ball speed was only 14. So what did I swing that at, 7? Oh, long hole. I don't think we haven't had a par 3 yet, have we? I think these have been all 4s and 5s. Probably hence the, generally, here on course, I gain my strokes on 4s and 5s, and I give them up on 3s, hence the 1 under score. 8th hole, par 4, 377. Should be a decent line. Again, 300's not on the cards. Hopefully, if I do some speed training, maybe at some point in the summer. That was even higher on the face and off the toe. Bunky. Bunky, bunky. 230 into the bunker. Actually, we went through the bunker, so we're in the rough. So rough is going to be 6%. So we got 139. 10% would be 13, 14. So we need another like 6, 7. So I'm going to go choke down 9. We'll see. Try to play this about 140. I'll probably hit a full pitching wedge, but we'll go choke down 9. toey. That should draw more than I wanted it to. Go. Go. Alright. Stay there, and we got a 2-putt. Take the par. Risk, I probably should just hit a full pitching wedge there, but usually play my pitching wedge to about 130, 135 total. We got a par 3 yet? We do. Alright, 9th hole, par 3, 211. Look at the graphics. I mean, look at that water. You got the stands over there. They have the Zurich logo. These course designers do a crazy job. So 211. And we've got water. This is going to be... It's going to fade. I guess we'll go here. I'm going to land it about there. So play like a 190 shot, I guess. I'm going to go... That's kind of in between... It has to be a really, 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 really well-struck 7, which won't happen, so I'm going to hit the 6. Hit it really good. If anything, that's going to be too much, but maybe not. Thought I hit it better than that. Got 200 total out of it, but at least we're dry. All right, 28. It's gonna come out 0.4 left. So just aim like a little bit right. 28 total. So try to land this about 20, 25. Try the 56. Open it up a little bit. Well, it came out right. I almost shanked that. That's lucky. All right, 1 under through 9 somehow. Onto the 10th. Driver hole. Not as much slope on this one. This course seems like most of them are pretty flat. That Augusta course I played had a ton of holes that had 20-30 yards of downslope off the tee. Similar to the other ones. High on the face, toe side. It's going to be up the right. One, 4, 6. All right, choke down 9 again. I think I choked down a tad too much in the last one. That was hit better. Probably gonna fade a little bit too much, but that was closer. Didn't quite get it there. Still took too much off of that, but better strike. All right, bogey there. That ends our streak. Back to even, but this is way better score-wise than I thought it would be right now. Again, I really like these flyovers. To me, a little bit on the slow side. Could do to be like 2 times faster. Again, if you guys know of a way to do that, let me know. I tried holding down the spacebar yesterday, but that didn't seem to work. All right, 11th hole, par 5, 571. Narrow landing spot at 300. Ooh, there's trees there though. We'll go back that way. Can I actually square up? driver. Better, the club face was open. That was pretty close to the center actually. .263, take it. 309 left. We got water or anything? Nope. Alright. However, we're gonna go 4 hybrid and go up the left. I had a few good strikes with this. See if we can make it another one. Hit it pretty good again. It's gonna fade a little more than I'd want to, but we aim pretty far left, so it should be decent. See if it rolls out to 240. 242. Again, that's the main reason why I have to increase the altitude. I mentioned it, I think, in the first 2 videos, but definitely the first one. If I just leave things straight up the way they are, wedges are all spot on, pitching wedge is good, 9 and 8 iron are close, and then once you get past that, Punch Greens has actually said the same thing. His longer clubs is a pretty decent drop off in distance, so that extra altitude helps a lot more with the longer clubs. And for something like that, that was a decently, pretty well struck 4 hybrid. It's about as best as I could hope for, and that's about what I see on course. The most I've ever seen, I remember one time last year, 9th hole of one of the courses around here, there was a bunker. It's a short par 4, but there's a bunker right at 255, and I shot it. It was either like 255 or 260, and I hit that 4 hybrid off the tee. I just put it on the ground, and I hit it to about 250, 255, just short of the bunker. So I know that's where that club goes, and everything else kind of falls in line distance-wise after that. So again, whether I'm a little bit long, a little bit short, we are in the ballpark for sure of these distances. So 65. I'm gonna go approach wedge, try to hit it about 55, 60. Should be about that. Yeah, good shot. Sit. Take that for sure. On to 12th hole. Gonna grab a quick drink while you guys take a look at this awesome graphics flyover. Should be able to keep this video under an hour. The other one was over an hour, but we're already on the 12th. I think we're about half an hour or so into this video, so we're in a good spot time-wise. Dogleg left. I really got to change that recommended landing spot. There's definitely a pretty big difference between where you're gonna hit it 300 versus 250, 260. For all I know, I could be, you might need 260 to get over water or something. Could be driving right into water. Lower Healy, started left, it may stay left, we'll see. Yeah, not terrible though, decent contact. What'd I carry that, 240? That's about right. .239. Alright, so we're in the sand, 3 degrees left. So what do we got up here? Bunkers, so it's going to want to come out left, which I think is fine because I usually fade these. It's a pretty shallow bunker. Fairway bunker is 5 to 10%, so obviously 10% being 24. We're going to go 4 hybrid. It's going to come up short, but I think it will be able to hit this out of here. Hopefully it doesn't catch the lip. There is a like a dynamic the way these react. I should probably hit a higher lofted club to make sure it gets out. There's a chance, especially if I catch this thin, it comes out too low out of this bunker, but let's see if I can get out of it with the 4 hybrid. Try to hit up on it a little bit. Came across and it was off the heel. That's going to be to the right, but probably go from one bunker to the other. Hey, we're out. Fortunately, we got another bunker to deal with, but this one I would consider a greenside bunker, so that will play 25%. So we got 46. 10% is going to be 4 or 5 yards, so like 10. So we need 56 total. It's going to be the same thing. Going to be approach wedge. Try to hit it about 50. Again, this approach wedge have a combo set of P790s 4, 5, and 6, and then P770s 7 through approach wedge. This approach wedge is 51 degrees. May have taken too much off it, we'll see. Or not. Long left. That's been my issue with this distance control. I've been using this club for way too many different shots. Even though debated bringing my drinks over here, but knowing me, I don't even want anything liquid or anything remotely close to them spilling on the laptop or anything. This is a very expensive toy that I do not want to mess up, so I think for now, liquids and anything potentially hazardous is going to stay away from this laptop. Alright, 13th hole par 4, aim about there, should be fine. Who knows what's going to happen with this drive. Must say though, obviously GSPro is awesome, but it is pretty nice being able to look at these shots on a laptop size screen. I think it's 15.6 as opposed to my Home to Hero phone. Alright, making better contact these last couple with the driver. A little bit of a low launch, gonna fade, but hit halfway decent again. Probably about 250, 260, same as the other one. What do we get? 253? 120. So I gotta hit this about 110, 115. So I'm gonna go approach wedge. If I hit this approach wedge full, it's about 125. So I'm gonna hit this about 75%, and we'll see if we get lucky with the distance control. That was the thin pop-up. We'll see. Yeah, it's short. That sucks. That's a bad miss there with an approach wedge. Alright. Gotta have some wedge magic here. 19, 1.7 right. So we're gonna aim a little bit left. 19, probably gonna land at about 15. Gonna go 60 degree. Definitely have to be a lot more precise with these wedge shots with GSPro, so hopefully it does good for my wedge game in total going forward. Should be decent. Sit. Good read from the R10 too. Pulled that a little bit, came out left. Alright. Still even. 14th hole. Par 3. Flyover we go. 225. What do we got up there? Well, let's see. Try the stupid 4-iron again. If I hit it really good, I see about 225 total. Unlikely, so probably looking more towards 210, 215 on a not so great strike, but we'll see. 4 hybrid would be too much. Oh, I hit it decent. It's gonna fade more than I want, but it should be up there. Fade's killing some distance. But pretty much what I said with the rollout. Not bad. Just either club path wasn't great. Again, I'm kind of coming across it, but 6.7 is kind of a lot. I want to live ideally, once I figure out a little bit more with the going back to the fade swing versus all of last year. I really tried to do my best to hit a draw for the first time in my life, which I did for a while, but then I overdid it and was hitting hooks. But I want to live, I think, anywhere from, obviously 0 is ideal, but anywhere from like 0 to 3 degrees, I think, out to in, and then it just comes down to club face. For this shot, we've got 31 total. We're in the rough, which will be 6%, so that's only like a yard and a half. Gonna go 56. Try to hit this about 25. Let it roll. Might be a little bit short. No, it's rolling out. Oh, that lipped out. You get a ton of rollout on these greens. That wasn't the best contact in the world. That probably would have been closer to the feel of about 25 total. Because I didn't make the best contact on that, but it rolled out quick. Luckily the pin kind of slowed it down. Still even, 15th hole, par 4. Big stick. Actually kind of surprised. I didn't hit it very good the first round. I'm actually hitting it a little bit better right now. Go figure. I've been trying to slow down the backswing these past few holes. Seems to be working out. I mean, again, how cool are these like camera stands and everything though? Go right about there. Been kind of trying to hit up on the driver a little bit more too. Seems to be working out. Not that time. That's right and going right. Luckily, spin axis on the R10. That should have been a lot further right. Club face was pretty open on that one. At least it felt like. Granted, you get the gear effect with the driver, but that's more so the lack of accurate spin axis with the R10. That should have been, it had 2.1 degrees to the right. That was probably 5 or 10 degrees to the right the way it felt. 245. Alright, this should be gonna go a little bit left. This should be a well-struck 4 hybrid if we can do it. I envy those people that can carry like a 4 hybrid type of club like this, like 240, 250. I'm getting that total. Not that time. That's low and left. And Garmin had that kind of straight and going right. That's another misread. Definitely came out left. I think that came out left and should have stayed left. Garmin had that fading back straighter a good amount. I did meant to do the flyover instead of the jump, but we'll take a look at this. Pretty cool looking hole. We got water on the left. Again, going forward, I probably won't be doing flyovers every single hole. but pretty cool technology. Take advantage of it if I can. It only adds about 5 seconds per tee shot. You can only do the flyovers on the tee shot, so. Started low and left. Get over that. Go. Wasn't like a super thin shot, but that wasn't great. Only 234 carry. Hit the bunker, rolled out just into the rough. So we got a 6% reduction here. 10% would be 11, 12. So we're looking at about another 6 on top of 118. So we got 124 total. I want to try to hit this about 120, 115, 120. Going probably about 80, 90% approach wedge. That might be wet. Yep. Thin and left. Terrible shot. Gonna have to take a drop. There goes the scorecard. As it lies. Did I get relief? Or it didn't go in the water? I was expecting to have to press drop there. Did we get lucky? I think we might have. Well, kind of the way today's going. So, 13 deep rough, which is going to be 21%. So, an extra 2-3 yards. Still going to be a 60. So, basically I have 16 total. I'm going to try to hit this about 10. That's closer to 15. Probably gonna roll past it, and was left. Stayed inside though for a par. That is lucky and generous. But as I always say, better to be lucky than good. 2 holes left. 17th hole. A lot of water on this course. Luckily, we've been able to avoid it for the most part. Oh, it's par 3, 212. Okay, let's try a 5-iron. If I hit this good, it's gonna be too much with the rollout of the green. Probably hit the 6, but struck it decent, started left. Hopefully that's not wet again. And it's wet. Well, we're not getting a drop, or not getting a play it as it lies from there. That's unfortunate. So I had to take a drop. 1 in, 2 down, hitting 3. 19 out of the rough, which is going to be 6%. 20 total. We're going to go 60. Try to hit it about 15, I think. Pulled it left, but should be close distance-wise. That came out soft. All right, 2 over, 18th and final hole. Looking like either a 4 or a 5 with a lot of water right. With my fadey slice going on, this could be trouble on multiple shots. So we are going to aim well left It's already started left. We're going over this way. Now, it wasn't hit very good, but should be dry. You feel that one in the lower back. $250 there. Guess we'll leave it. 4 hybrid. Need like 2 decent shots to finish this out. Need a good 4 hybrid and a good wedge shot. Call it a day. Kind of a low stinger, but it was hit decent. That should be fine. As long as it stays short of that. Sit, sit, sit. $230 because of the low launch. We'll take it. Alright, 117. 1.4 right. So we're aiming a little bit left. 117, pins in the back. So I gotta hit this about 105, 110. Going approach wedge. We got 1 out of the 2 shots. Let's see if I can get this approach wedge right. Need about 75% approach wedge here. Hold it a little bit left, but should be a decent distance. Nope. Land soft. Alright, 13. 2 degrees left. Aim a little bit right. Try to hit this about 10. Should be pretty good. Take that for sure. Alright folks, take a look at this. So from DPC, aka TPC Louisiana, home of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans in Avondale, Louisiana, going on from April 25th to 28th, which you guys should be seeing this video right around then. Ended up with a 2/74. We will take that all day long. Definitely got lucky, got bailed out on some shots. The R10 kind of is what it is, but played the front 9 really clean. All pars, 1 birdie. Back 9 kind of faltered and fell apart a little bit. Got some, we have 4 bogeys on there, 1 birdie, 4 pars. We'll take a look at the stats here. 12 pars, 2 birdies, 4 bogeys, 27 putts, 1 sand save, kept it under an hour. Longest drive was 263, average drive 259, right in the ballpark of what I would expect. 33% greens in regulation, that's low. Want to be, same thing with home tee here. I mean, it's more difficult here, but want to be at least 50% on both greens in regulation and fairways hit. So we were there with the fairways, greens in regulation not so much, and handicap. So I guess this 2.0 number is what the handicap I just scored for this course. Obviously, no way I would have done that in real life, but that was this course, and now it brings down from the few rounds I've played here since having home tee, or having GSPro rather, for 2 days now. Brings me down to a 4.2 within GSPro. I'm sure that will get exponentially higher as we keep playing harder and harder courses, but that's what I have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the second round here. I am thoroughly enjoying GSPro. If you guys can do it, I would highly recommend. It really does transform the R10, gives you a whole new experience. It's kind of like having almost a, I mean obviously it's still the same launch monitor, but kind of makes it like a whole new feel. It's almost like you upgraded both of them at the same time, because it kind of transforms the whole experience. So if you guys can do it, especially if you have an indoor setup, highly recommend it. But definitely if you have a gaming computer or a laptop already, then it just comes out in GSPro. I can understand this laptop wasn't cheap, so it is a pretty big expense, but if you plan on doing it eventually, maybe upgrading to a better launch monitor like I am in the future, I think GSPro is ultimately the way to go. Especially I went with the lifetime, so I'll probably, I have, the lifetime is $550, otherwise it's $250 a year, so I'm good with updates for a full year. I'm either going to go over and just keep it as is after a year, or possibly do one more year after that. So all in, I'm looking at about 750-ish, 800 total for the software, and then we'll see if there's any huge updates. Maybe I'll stay on for another year, but it's my understanding once you cancel your subscription and the lifetime takes over, you're not able to basically, like 2 or 3 years down the road, add on and get any updates. It kind of locks it in where it is, and then you have to go basically start from square one again, which is kind of unfortunate. But $550 for the way it is. I think GSPro has got exponentially better over the past couple of years. I can't imagine any super crazy updates coming, but you never know. It's pretty sophisticated as is, so if I had to use this the way it is for the next 5 years, I'd be pretty happy with it. But we'll see what happens over the next 300, I guess at this point, 364 days that I have the subscription here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, go check out those links down below in the description. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.